contracting in the German market, the targets are contractors, end clients and recruitment businesses everywhere. The market in Germany for self-employed contractors, those employed under AUG and using limited companies, is increasing due to several factors. The first is the increasing demand for skilled workers. The second is the flexibility and freedom that contracting offers. 3, the tax advantages of using a limited company. However, the market for contractors in Germany isn't without its challenges. One challenge is the complexity of the German tax system. Contractors need to be careful to ensure they're complying with all the relevant laws and regulations. Another challenge is the risk of exploitation. Some companies may try to exploit contractors by paying them below market rates or not providing them with the benefits they're entitled to. Contractors need to be aware of these risks and take steps to protect themselves. Overall, we expect the market for contractors in Germany to grow in coming years due to several things, including the aging population, the increasing demand for digital skills, and the growing trend towards remote work. There are different strokes for different folks. Clients typically seek reliable, experienced and qualified contractors. They may also have specific requirements, such as the need for contractors to have a valid work permit or to be able to speak German. Recruitment businesses, they typically work with contractors temporarily, and they are looking for contractors who are flexible and available for short-term assignments. And the contractors' needs, well, contractors value flexibility and freedom. Contractors in Germany typically earn more than salaried employees, and contractors need help and advice from a trusted advisor. There are several different options available to contractors in Germany. Your best choice will depend on your circumstances, such as your skills and experience, your target market, and your tax residency. If unsure which option is correct, consulting with a professional advisor is essential. So what are the options when contracting in Germany? Well, the first one is AUG, or the Arbeitnehmerlassung, leased employee, self-employment, or contracting company via a limited company. So start with labour leasing. Labour leasing, it's also known as temporary employment, or AUG in Germany, is a type of employment in which an employer, the leasing company, rents out its employees to other employers, the client companies, for a fee. The employees remain employed by the leasing company, but they work at the client's premises and under the client company's direction. So labour leasing, it's a popular way in Germany to meet staffing needs, especially for short-term or project-based work. Employers can also use it to cover absences or hire employees with specialised skills that are hard to find. To operate a labour leasing licence in Germany, a company must obtain an AUG licence from the Federal Employment Agency. This is the Bundesagentur für Arbeit. The BFA grants licences to companies that meet specific requirements, such as having satisfactory financial standing and having a management team with the necessary experience and qualifications. The AUG licence is initially valid for 1 year and needs annual renewal. After that, it's ongoing. The Federal Employment Agency also conducts regular inspections of licence holders to ensure that they comply with all the relevant laws and regulations. So the benefits of labour leasing, well, they're ideal for temporary positions of less than an 18-month duration, where there is not sufficient independence for the contractor to be a freelancer or Freiberufler. There may be disguised employment. It's simple to set up and to end, and AUG provides flexibility for the end client, the recruitment business and the worker. It's certainly less expensive than setting up a German company. So the challenges of labour leasing, well, labour leasing also poses some challenges. For example, it can be difficult for leasing companies to find and retain qualified employees. Leasing companies must also be careful to ensure their employees are working in safe and healthy conditions. Client companies must be careful to select a reputable leasing company and ensure that the leasing company complies with all the relevant laws and regulations. Client companies must also be aware that they may be liable for certain employment costs, such as overtime pay, if they're not careful. And the other thing to note is that the AUG licence holder must bill the client who enjoys the services of the consultant. Let's move on to self-employed. So self-employed contractors, they're the largest group of contractors in Germany. They're responsible for their own taxes and social security contributions. And self-employed contractors typically have the highest earning potential. of all types of contractors, but they've got the most responsibility and risk. One of the things people warn you about when you first start freelancing in Germany is the trap of false self-employment, and they're right to do this. False self-employment is an issue, it's a fraudulent thing, which is taken very seriously by the tax authorities. And it's very important to be aware of your rights and responsibilities so that you can avoid getting into real trouble. So there are two main ways to show self-employment in Germany as a Freiberufler. The first is to register with the tax office. So the commonest way to show self-employment in Germany as a Freiberufler is to register with the tax office, and they'll give you a tax number, a Steuernummer, and make you responsible for paying income tax and VAT. To register with the tax office, you must fill out a questionnaire. This is the Fragebogen, and submit it to the tax office responsible for your area. You can find the tax office for you using the Behördenweise website. In some cases, you may need a trade license, that's Gewerbeschein, to show in self-employment in Germany as a Freiberufler. And this is typically required if you provide services that the authorities view as a trade, a Gewerbe. To obtain a trade license, you must contact the Gewerbeamt in your area. Now, the other things that you can do, the other steps to show self-employment, in addition to registering with the tax office or obtaining a trade license, include opening a business bank account, having or intending to have more than one client, keeping accurate records of your income and expenses, issuing invoices to your clients, finding your jobs yourself, take out professional indemnity insurance, joining a professional association, building a website or having a portfolio online. In taking these steps, you can demonstrate to others that you are a legitimate self-employed professional. So, limited company or PSC, well, there are three domestic structures in Germany. The first is the GmbH. A GmbH is a German legal entity which is separate from its owners. It means that the contractors who set up the GmbH are not personally liable for the company's debts. They're subject to corporate tax, which is generally lower than income tax. An alternative is the UG. An UG is a type of GmbH with a smaller minimum capital requirement, making it more affordable options for contractors just starting. However, UGs they're also subject to additional restrictions, such as a limit on how much money they can borrow. And then there's a GmbH. A GmbH is a partnership between two or more individuals. It's a relatively simple and inexpensive business structure to set up. However, they don't have a separate legal personality from their owners. That means that the partners are personally liable for the company's debts. So the fourth method would be to use your own PSC, possibly from abroad. And this is a limited company controlled by the contractor, where the PSC contracts with the client to provide the services. So contractors who use limited companies incorporate as a GmbH or UG or foreign company, which means they're separate entities from their businesses. So limited companies have several tax advantages, such as deferring tax payments and splitting income between the company and the owner. However, limited companies also have more administrative requirements than self-employment or AUG employment. Taxation and tax residence of contractors in Germany. What is tax residency? You're tax resident of Germany if you meet one or more of these criteria. The first is that you have a domicile in Germany for personal use. The second, you have a customary place of abode in Germany and do not only stay temporarily in the area. The trigger is when an individual spends a continuous period of 6 months in Germany. And the third is you have a centre of vital interest in Germany, meaning you have a solid personal and economic connection to Germany. If you are tax resident of Germany, you're liable to pay German income tax on your worldwide income. So the taxation of contractors in Germany depends on the contracting arrangement that's in place. The tax rates, the income tax rates in Germany, well, they're progressive, which obviously means the higher income, the higher percentage of tax that you'll pay. So the taxable income up to 9,984 in 2023 was 0%. From 9,985 to 58,597 was 14%. 58,598 to 277,825 is 42%, and over 277,825 is 45%. Social Security. Contractors in Germany are required to pay Social Security contributions. These cover old age pension, health insurance and unemployment insurance. The Social Security contribution rate is 18.6% of gross income. Double tax treaties. Well, Germany has double tax treaties with many countries, and these treaties help to prevent contractors from being taxed twice on the same income. Now, working in Germany, if you're not from the EU or EEA or Switzerland, you must get a work permit in Germany. So getting a work permit can be complex and time-consuming, so it's really important to start early. So the types of work permits, there are several different types available, and they include a skilled worker visa. So this visa is for non-EEA, EU or Swiss nationals who have a job offer from a German employer and they have the skills and qualifications necessary for the job. The highly qualified worker visa, this visa is for non-EU, EEA and Swiss nationals with a job offer from a German employer and a high education and work experience. The self-employment visa, this visa is for non-German nationals, non-EU, non-Swiss people who want to start a business in Germany. The student visa, obviously this visa is for students who want to travel and study in Germany. And the work and holiday visas for young people from certain countries who want to work and travel in Germany for up to 12 months. Now, the EU Blue Card is probably the most interesting one because it's the one that's most relevant when you're working with an AUG provider. It's a residence title for graduates. It's intended to facilitate and promote the permanent immigration of highly qualified persons from outside Germany. So the conditions are you have to be a graduate. So if your degree wasn't obtained in Germany, it's got to be recognised to a comparable standard. And you can go to the website, which is www.anerkennungindeutschland.de to check if your qualification works for this purpose. You have an employment contract or binding job offer, and you have a minimum annual gross salary of 58,400 euros. There is a reduced annual gross salary which applies, well, 45,552 euros, and that applies to people in the area of mathematics, computer science, natural sciences, engineering and human medicine, but not dentistry. These thresholds, they're changed every year. And last, the employment must match the qualification. So the requirements for obtaining a work permit, they're going to vary depending on the type of work permit that you're applying for. However, there are some general conditions that apply to all work permit applications, such as you must have a job offer from a German employer. You must have the skills and qualifications necessary for the job. You need a valid passport and health insurance policy, and you must pass a criminal background check. So how you apply for a work permit? Well, you contact the German embassy or consulate in your home country. They'll be able to provide you with more information about the specific requirements for using a work permit and how the application process works. Health insurance in Germany. Health insurance in Germany is mandatory for all residents, including contractors. There are two main types of health insurance in Germany: public health insurance and private health insurance, or PKV. Now, public health insurance, most people in Germany have public health insurance. Non-profit organisations called Krankenkassen, they provide this public health insurance, and there are over 100 Krankenkassen in Germany, and you can choose the one that you want to belong to. So the public health insurance covers a wide range of medical services, including doctor's visits, hospital stays, prescription drugs, dental care and preventive care. The funding of public health insurance is through the contributions made by employees and employers. The contribution rate is 14% of gross income, and that's split between the employees and the employers. There's also there's a cap on the monthly contributions, which is based on 4,987.50 euros in 2023. Private health insurance, that's an option for people who are self-employed, or they have a high income, or they're over 55. So private health insurance plans typically offer more comprehensive coverage than public health insurance plans, but they can be more or they can be less expensive. Private health insurance premiums, they're calculated based on your risk factors, such as age, health, condition, and occupation. So they're not just a fixed percentage of your income. The premiums are typically higher for older people or those with pre-existing medical conditions. So how do you choose a health insurance plan? Well, it's essential to consider the following factors: coverage, what kind of medical services are covered by the plan; cost, how much does it cost you; does the program have a network of doctors and hospitals in your area; and does the program have a good reputation for customer service. We can help you choose the right health insurance plan for your needs and budget. We can compare plans from different providers and help you understand each plan's various features and benefits. And we can also help you to enroll in an insurance plan and to file claims. So how can an umbrella company like Access Financial help you with contracting in Germany? Well, here are some specific ways that we can help. We can help setting up a German bank account and payment structure. We can help you set up a bank account in Germany so that you can receive your payments from your clients in Germany. We can help you register with the German tax authorities and obtain a tax ID number. We can calculate and pay your taxes and social security contributions on your behalf. We can provide a pay slip to you each month so you can see how much you've earned, how much we've deducted in taxes and social security contributions. We can also help you comply with all the labour laws and regulations, such as minimum wage and paid vacation laws. We can also provide you with support and advice on a range of topics, such as taxation, employment law and immigration. So by working with Access Financial, corporates, recruitment businesses and contractors can focus on their work, and they let us take care of the rest. Thank you.